Okay, welcome and good evening, everybody, to this evening's presentation. It's excited to see everyone here. I'm just going to please ask you to mute your microphones. I keep on muting and someone keeps on unmuting again. So guys, please keep your microphones muted for the duration of the presentation, and then we will give you an opportunity and a chance afterwards to say something or to ask a question. So yes, guys, welcome once again. It's exciting for us to have you here. I see there's quite a couple of people on this nice presentation, and we are excited to have you. And you're obviously here because you are looking for something different, maybe another opportunity, an extra income, or maybe something that can actually make you a living. And you are at the right place because you are with like-minded people, and we are truly believe that you are going to enjoy what we're going to show you this evening, and that you will be excited about it as well. So yes, as I've mentioned, please keep the mics muted. We will unmute after the presentation and give you the chance to ask some questions. If there is questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to put it in the chat box, okay? And then some of the members that's listening in will give you an answer, or alternatively, I will answer afterwards. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to get started. I hope you all have something warm, because it is a chilly and wet evening in the East Rand in Gauteng. And yeah, please keep warm. Doesn't matter if it's with caffeine or maybe something stronger like a sherry. Just as long as you're warm, just as long as you can stick it out with us for the next 40 minutes or so. Right, we're going to get going. Guys, I'm going to put off my camera because I don't want you guys getting distracted by my shiny bald head. And then we will get into the swing of things. Okay, guys, what I'm going to show you now is a little intro video about MINEBEST City. What you will see in the video are some white containers. The containers are actually what houses the miners, okay, which keeps them safe and out of harm's way of the weather and the wind and the rain. And then those little small computer boxes that you will see them stacking in there. For those of you not familiar, that is what we call a Bitcoin miner. Okay, so enjoy the video and then we will get things started. Right, okay. Guys, so yes, that was just a little glimpse of what the facility looks like. So our mining facility sits up in Kazakhstan, okay? And Kazakhstan is the perfect environment to actually house a mining facility. The reason I'm saying that is to mine profitably, there's a couple of things that you need to have. One of those things is constant power supply, which they have up in Kazakhstan. Second thing is, guys, you need to be able to keep your miners cool without spending too much money or energy. And because it's the old Russia, it's actually very cold temperatures, so they don't have to give out so much money cooling those systems. And then lastly, obviously, guys, cheaper electricity, and they do that by means of power supply that comes from hydroelectric power supply. So they've got a winning recipe up there. So this is the company. We are part of Mining City. Just a quick introduction. So Mining City has got a mother company or parent company called MINEBEST. And for those of you who are very active on social media, guys, please go and follow these two companies. Go and see what they do, what they are about, where they come from, and go and see how much time and effort these guys are putting into this business for making it a success for myself and for you, and for giving us this opportunity in order to mine some Bitcoin. So on top, we've got the CEO of MINEBEST, that's EL. So EL, like I mentioned, CEO of MINEBEST, that's the company that basically puts up all these mining facilities, okay? So they give all the infrastructure and things like that. And then at the bottom, we've got the CEO of Mining City, Greg. And Mining City is an initiative that brings together people who want to unite their strength and increase their chance to mine some Bitcoin. Okay, so quick introduction. As I've mentioned, you can always go and do some more homework if needed. Right, guys, first and foremost, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do with their money. I'm simply going to show you an opportunity that's been working for me and thousands of other people around the world. And I truly believe that after this, you will be excited as well. And then we can assist you to get on board and to become part of our family. We always start off with this slide. Those people who know Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, they will be familiar with this slide. It comes out of his book, The Cashflow Quadrant. Okay, and Robert teaches us to think a bit differently about life and about money. Because Robert says what happens is we are brought up to become part of the system. And what he means by that is that our fathers and their fathers, and even ourselves today, tells our kids that they need to go to school. If possible, go study, then go get a job, work for a boss for the next 30, 40 years, and then retire. But I think maybe a lot of you to this evening on the call or on the Zoom knows and realize that things don't really work out that way. And we are not saying, guys, that going to school or going to learn afterwards or having a job is a bad thing, because in our country these days, you are blessed if you have a job. Okay. Only thing we're saying is that you need to start thinking differently. Don't be programmed by the system in order to repeat something that hasn't worked for our fathers and their forefathers. Okay. So what he says is there's two sides of the quadrant. You've got your left-hand side and your right-hand side. On your left-hand side, you have your employees and your self-employed. Okay. Guys, so this is where the majority of people sit. And if you are sitting on the left-hand side, you are in a job. You have a job, right? Now in Robert's books, he likes to say, guys, job stands for nothing else than just over broke. And the reason he says that, he says because people that have a job, they live from paycheck to paycheck or bonus to bonus, whatever the case may be, they never really get ahead in life. Also on the left-hand side, in order for you to earn a salary or have an income, you need to trade your time for money. So you need to go into the office, go do the job in order to get paid. Now something I want you to keep in mind and to think about a bit is on the left-hand side, 95% of the global population only shares 5% of the wealth. Okay, so a small pot of money that needs to be divided by a lot of people, and that is why the poor are getting poorer. So Robert says we need to shift our minds to the right-hand side of the quadrant. So you either become a business owner or an investor. But becoming a business owner, guys, you need a lot of capital to put down. So places like your Pick and Pays or a Mug and Bean franchise. Okay, for a Mug and Bean, I think you need to fork out about 6 or 7 million just to get started. And then for the first 6 to 7 years, you only pay back that money before you start really making a profit. So not all of us are sitting in that position to have a system that can work for us. So the next logical thing or good thing to do is to invest your money. Invest your money in places and opportunities where your money can grow, where your money can work for you, and while you can earn whilst you are sleeping. Right. Now, the other side of the coin. On the right-hand side of the quadrant, 5%. Only 5% of the world's population shares 95% of the wealth. So let that sink in, guys. That is why the rich are getting richer, because they've got a bigger pot of money with little people that can share it, or less people that can share that amount, and that is why the rich are getting richer. Okay, so just something to let your mind think a bit, to get things going, and let me take you through the business. So guys, we are a Bitcoin mining company, right? So what is Bitcoin? We're not going to spend too much time on it, okay? You can always go and read up on it to do your own homework, but in short, Bitcoin is a digital and global money system currency. It's a peer-to-peer technology. All payments are recorded on a public ledger, and Bitcoin is cash for the internet. So guys, why Bitcoin? Why cryptocurrencies? Well, a lot of us strongly believe, and it's a fact, that cryptocurrencies will be the next step in the evolution of money. We started back in the days with the bartering system. From there, we went over to the gold standard. From the gold standard, metal coins, paper money, and we are now in the digital age, because we all are making use of our credit cards, our debit cards, online banking, cell phone banking, and all those kinds of things in order to move our money and to pay for things. So everything is already moving in that direction. You will never hold a Bitcoin in your hand. Everything is digitalized, right? And we strongly believe that this will be the future, because in a couple of years' time from now, we will be a cashless society. There won't be any cash going around, and they need to bring in a new medium of transacting in money. And we believe, maybe not Bitcoin, but it will definitely be some currency that they will bring in to fill that job or that position. So Bitcoins can be sent from anywhere in the world. No bank can block payments because you are cutting out the middleman, or they cannot close your accounts as well. Bitcoin is also global and it's not affected by any single country's financial situation or stability. So how can you own some Bitcoin? How can you get your hands on some Bitcoin? Guys, so there's a couple of ways. So what you're seeing on the screen here are some of the most popular wallets in South Africa. If you are dialing in from wherever in the world, okay, guys, you need to find out which crypto wallets best work in your area. Okay, and which exchanges you need to get downloaded and registered on. For the people in South Africa, we've got Luno, VALR, VALR, and then also a very good exchange is Altcoin Trader. So what you do with Luno and VALR, you actually go and download it from your app store as well as Altcoin Trader, right? You register on that wallet, whichever you choose to use. You register, you do your KYC, and then you link that to your bank account as a beneficiary. Once that is done, you can now transfer money from your bank account into that wallet, and in that wallet you can then purchase some Bitcoin. So congratulations, you are now a proud owner of some Bitcoin. Guys, and they call that process buy and hold, because we get people that purchase Bitcoin, they wait for the Bitcoin price to shoot up, and then they sell for a profit. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people has made millions out of that process. But just something I need you to think about is that when you do it like that, when you buy and hold, let's say today you can afford to buy one Bitcoin, let's say for 170,000 Rand. And apologies to the people from across the waters, I'm going to be talking in Rand, but luckily our packages and things are all in dollars. So yeah, please just bear with me. So yes, you can then buy a Bitcoin for 170,000 Rand, okay? You wait for the Bitcoin price to shoot up to 300K, you sell, you make 130K profit, well done, it's good money. But now you are actually out of the game, because how do you now afford your next Bitcoin since it's now 300,000 Rand? So you either need to wait for the price to drop again, okay? Or you are going to have to use some of your profits to purchase your next Bitcoin. And that is why we say that mining is the way to go. Mining is the better option, and mining is just so much more profitable. Okay. Guys, so when we mine Bitcoin, what it means is that you invest into a Bitcoin miner. That miner mines for you coins on a daily basis, fractions of a coins, okay? But the thing is, you are accumulating coin, which means a week, a month, a year from now, you're sitting with more coins than what you started with. And that is exactly what you want to do, because in a couple of years' time, if you sit with 100 coins and each coin is worth R1 million, well, you can do that calculation. Okay. Right. So let's move on. So Bitcoin mining basically plays two major roles in maintaining the Bitcoin network. It's confirming of transactions and the issuing of new coins. So those little computers you saw on the in the video when we started, each of those computers gets a code, a very long code. The first computer who solves that equation confirms that transaction, and that is how a Bitcoin gets issued. Okay, so when money gets printed, this is how Bitcoin actually gets generated. Guys, so our company specializes in two products, mainly Bitcoin, and then the new kid on the block, like I like to call it, is Bitcoin Vault. Right, so Bitcoin has been around for about 12 years, since 2008, whereas Vault has only been around since about the end of November of 2019, and Vault is the one that everyone is ranting and raving about currently. So let's get into it. Some comparisons between the two coins, and to not confuse you guys, I will talk about Bitcoin and then I will talk about Vault. Okay, so Bitcoin Vault is just a hard fork of Bitcoin. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail there. But guys, Bitcoin will only have 21 million coins to be mined in its lifetime. Where we are at today, we've already mined close to 18 million, if not a bit more. So there's only about 3 million Bitcoin left to be mined. But because of the halving that takes place every 4 years, the last Bitcoin will only be mined in the year 2140. So another 120 years from now. So how the halving works, every 10 minutes, a certain amount of Bitcoin is generated in the block, okay? So before the halving, a couple of weeks back, there was 12.5 Bitcoin that was created every 10 minutes in the block. Then the halving happened, that was cut in half. So now where we sit today, there's only 6.25 Bitcoin that gets generated every 10 minutes in the block. And because of the Bitcoin getting scarcer every 4 years, that is what pushes up the demand, and that is how the price increases by so much. Okay, Vault exactly the same, 21 million Bitcoin in its lifetime. The only and the biggest difference there is that Vault will be halved every 6 months. Why is that? They have a very aggressive approach with Vault. They actually want Vault to catch up with the Bitcoin price in the next 4 to 5 years. And guys, the way things have been going now, it's on track to do that. So to give you an idea, is when Vault was launched at the end of November, it was launched for $1. Okay, Vault is currently standing on close to about $260. So that is extremely good growth over the last couple of months. And that is what have all our miners smiling every morning when we wake up. Okay. Vault will also be the first cryptocurrency that you can actually reverse a transaction within 24 hours. And that will be one of the biggest pulling forces in the market for Bitcoin Vault. And although Vault has got a lower value per coin currently, it does yield much more higher returns for its miners. So let's get you into things here. Guys, please mute your mics. Please mute your mics.
That is why I trust Mental. They have been provided.
Thank you. Okay, guys. This is what our Bitcoin packages look like. We're going to start off with Bitcoin. Remember, we said we've got Bitcoin and Vault. So we're going to start off with Bitcoin, and this is your entry-level packages. Your primary for $300, your standard for $600, and your bronze for $1,200. Okay, so what do you get for your investment? You get 3 years worth of mining. Okay, but I will show you later on in the presentation how you can actually mine for the rest of your life. You start mining 10 days after you purchase. So if you purchase your package today, 10 days from today, you will start mining. At the bottom there, guys, this is just some technical information, the type of miner we're using and the hash rate of that miner. Now, a hash rate is very important because the higher your computer hash rate, the quicker and faster it mines Bitcoin for you. So you will see the higher your investment, the higher your hash rate. Then at the bottom there, there's binary points associated to each package. You don't have to worry too much about it now. We will talk about it in the second half of the presentation. Right. So what is your ROI on your investment? Guys, on a primary $7 that you can make back monthly, standard $13 and bronze $25. Okay. These are estimated prices. Why do we say that? Because the Bitcoin price fluctuates like any other currency, and also because of the rand dollar. Okay. But it gives you a very good indication of what you can earn monthly. And guys, although that doesn't look like much, okay, if you actually go and work it out, you will see that it's still about 4 times more that you will get for that same investment in any bank. So it's still a very good investment. Right. Then we move on and we have our top 3 packages, which is the silver, the gold, and the platinum. Everything else is exactly the same. You will get 3 years worth of mining. You start mining 10 days after. As you will see, the hash rate is quite considerably higher with these packages. ROI on these, this is what you can be looking at. Guys, now I need you to keep in mind something here. This is what the estimated returns are monthly on the current Bitcoin price. Okay. If Bitcoin happens to go up to 300,000 per Bitcoin, okay, so let's say $20,000 per Bitcoin, these profits of yours will double or even more. So the higher the price, the bigger your returns. Now remember, the smart guys out there is already talking about the $20,000 to $30,000 Bitcoin price a year from now. Then guys are saying that it will become $100,000 in the next 4 to 5 years. And then some other people are saying we are looking at $1 million Bitcoin price within the next 7 to 10 years. So imagine what will happen to your returns then. Okay, so Bitcoin will always be a good investment, guys. Right. So that's Bitcoin. Let's now talk about Volt. I hope you guys are keeping in mind and remembered what the returns was on Bitcoin, because what I'm going to show you now is going to blow your mind. So the packages, guys, the packages on Volt is exactly the same as that of Bitcoin. No difference, the same period of mining. You also start 10 days after your purchase. The biggest difference comes in on your profits. Guys, now look at this. If you remembered what I show you, with Bitcoin, your primary package gives you back about $7 monthly, okay? The primary on Volt gives you back 7 times that, $45 a month. So Volt is the profit generator currently. It's doing very well for us miners. We are making a lot of money out of Volt, right? Okay, so the Volt price is growing nicely, and that is what gives us those returns. And guys, believe me when I tell you that those prices that you're seeing there, yeah, we kept it back a bit. Okay, we kept it back a bit. The earnings are extremely good currently, but we decided to keep it, to give people just at least an idea of what they can earn. If you happen to get into the business and you earn more, well, bonus for you, and you will be happy and smiling every day. So we kept the prices conservative, and yeah, believe me, you will be surprised to see what some guys in the business are currently mining out of their packages. Let's go to the 3 top packages, guys. The silver, the gold, and the platinum. Look at these returns and tell me if you know of any other company or bank or system that gives you these kinds of returns on that type of an investment. Because if you do, please send me your number. We need to talk urgently. Okay, guys, the silver gives you an estimated of $300. I can promise you it's more at this stage, but let's keep it at that. It's still good returns. Gold $600, platinum an astounding $1,800 monthly, which means that you can basically make back your investment within 4 to 7 months. Okay, guys, and you mine for 3 years to the rest of your life for a once-off investment, right? Also, that I need to remind you of is that you can start small. You can start with a primary or a standard and then upgrade your package until you get to a gold or a platinum. Or you can go for gold and platinum once off if you can afford it. And guys, you can buy and purchase as many packages as you want. And there's also no age limit. So a lot of people buy packages for their kids and they leave it there and they let it accumulate and mine for the next couple of years. And when those people then go on their own, they'll at least have a good start in life, if they even have to go to work. Okay, so I hope that got you excited at least, right? Because if this doesn't get you excited, guys, I don't know what will. Right, okay. This is just a screenshot of a wallet, okay? A wallet of a platinum package. And this is also old, so I can promise you that it's making more currently. But the Bitcoin wallets, one day, this was the returns that this person got back in one day on a platinum package. $107 in one day, guys. If you multiply that by 30, that gives you $3,210 per month. In South African rands, you're looking at about 56,000 Rand monthly on your once-off investment. Okay, so that's awesome. That's insane returns. It's doing very well, guys. And there's a reason why people invited you to join this presentation this evening. Okay, because they want to share with you something that's working for them. And go thank that person, okay? Because he also wants to see you succeed in life and to also change your financial situation. Because I can promise you, in this business, it has turned around many of people's lives. I will tell you some stories later on, but guys, it's truly awesome what happens in Mining City currently. Something we're also very excited about, guys, they are going to start testing crypto debit cards at the end of June. So what crypto debit cards are going to help us with is that currently you need to basically withdraw your Bitcoin out of your Mining City back office. Okay, so you get a back office when you purchase a mining plan. You get a back office that you log into. It basically looks like online banking, and there you manage your money. You can send payments, make withdrawals, whatever you need to do. So currently you need to move your Bitcoin from your Mining City back office into your wallet, and then in your wallet exchange for your currency depending on which country you're in, and then move that currency, that rand or that dollar, from your wallet to your bank account. So once these cards become available, what's going to be nice about this is you can move your Bitcoin directly from Mining City onto this card, okay? And then whenever you swipe this card, it will automatically change the Bitcoin to your currency, convert the Bitcoin to the currency of your country, okay? And that is how you can then make payment, and you don't need to send the money through your bank account. So this card will be linked to Visa, and keep an eye out on the news, or for the people who's not yet members, talk to your friends who's already into Mining City so that they can keep you updated on when these cards will be released. But I'm pretty sure we will see some notification shortly or soon, in the next month or two. Guys, so yes, so if you want to become an investor, if you want to own a Bitcoin miner, okay, and start mining in 10 working days, okay, you need to invest and decide which plan will work for you. Okay, you will get paid daily. Every day you will get paid fractions of a Bitcoin depending on what plan you have. It's 100% passive income. There's no maintenance plan, and you pay once and never again. Unless you want to upgrade your package, or if you want to purchase more packages. Okay, but you can also purchase and upgrade your packages out of the money that you accumulate in your back office. So guys, if you play this thing nicely, you will not have to take out any money out of your pocket ever again. Okay, so guys, that was the investment side of the business. I hope you understand. I hope you're still with me and that you are learning and that I'm at least making sense to you. So we've got two sides to the business. Okay, so we now spoke about the investment side, and now I'm going to show you the second side of the business, which is building the business. And guys, it's typically a network marketing business. Okay, this is not compulsory. Before you run away, before you shut down your computers, you don't have to do the network marketing side of the business. Okay, if you just want to invest, you invest in your miner, you get paid daily, weekly, monthly, whatever the case is, and you just sit back, do nothing, and earn some money. But for those of you who are up for the challenge and would like to earn even more money, quicker money, and make your investment back in, let's say, a month or two, guys, then this is for you. And before you tell me that you can't network because you're not a networker, guys, we network every day of our lives. Every day you go to the shop or the butcher, the liquor store, whatever it may be, and you see a special and you go and you share that with your friends and your family, you are networking for that company. The only difference is that company is not paying you to do that. Yeah, the company pays you for networking for them. So let's get into things. Let me show you how this works. So you have 5 different income streams on the building business side. Okay, this is all over and above your mining, guys. You have full share bonuses, $200 binary cycle bonus, a $10 team matching bonus. There are repurchases, and then also ranks in the business. Okay. So as I've mentioned, this is over and above your mining. So let's run through each and every one of these, and let me explain to you exactly how it works. So guys, for your full share bonuses, how that works, if you decide to build the business, and guys, even if you don't decide to build the business, if you are happy with your mining returns and you go and show someone else and they are interested and they want to get in, they are automatically going to be placed in your structure if you want it like that or not. Okay, so you will start building regardless. But for those of you who wants to go out there hard and push it and work the system, guys, this is how it will work. If you go and tell someone about Mining City and they like what they hear, the first 5 people that you bring into the business goes into your team A. The system puts them in team A automatically, and you earn 5% commission to the value of the package that they purchase. Right. And then from your 6th person onto infinity, those people get placed in team B, and in team B you earn 10% of the value of the package that they purchase. So if someone happens to purchase a gold package in your team B, you will get rewarded that same evening with $420. Right, hope that makes sense. Those guys sitting here with the yellow jackets, Those we call the business builders. Those are people like myself and Bertus and the rest of the team who actually goes out there and grow the business and build teams. Guys, so the system requires for you to at least have one builder in your team A and also have one builder in your team B. Right, let's move on. Guys, the second stream of income is your cycles. So what is a cycle? How do you earn a cycle? I'm going to show you now. So this is your binary tree, right? This is what a binary tree looks like. You sit on top and you have a left side of your tree and you have a right side of your tree. Now guys, I know when people see this structure, immediately they say, guys, this is a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi. Well, good for you, because you know what? The whole world globally works with this structure. Any organization, any corporate company, any government uses this model. You've got your CEO on top, you've got your board of directors just below him, your managers and your workers at the bottom. Okay, so let's just put that one side. Right, so how do you generate a cycle, guys? Well, you will notice on the right-hand side, there's some credits associated to the packages. So each package delivers a certain amount of credits when that gets purchased. So in order for you to generate a cycle of $200, the system requires 5 credits left and also 5 credits right. Okay, so just to make it easy for this exercise, let's say you place a gold package on top in your left-hand side and you place a gold package on the right-hand side. Your gold gives you 7 credits, so that 7 credits will go up and sit on your left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, that 7 credits will go up and sit on your right. That same evening, guys, the system will come, it will take away the 5 and the 5, it will leave you with a balance of 2 on each side, and that same evening, you generate a cycle of $200. Okay, I hope that's clear. I hope it's not too difficult to understand. So let's say, for instance, your upline, someone sitting on top of you, okay, comes and he sees there's an open spot here. You see this guy with the yellow jacket, a gold, we call it a spillover, right? A spillover is when your upline actually comes and puts someone below you in your structure. So if your upline puts a gold in the bottom here, see what happens now. That 7 credits go to the guy on top. The 7 credits goes to the guy's left-hand side on top of him, and the 7 credit goes to you on your left-hand side. So guys, it doesn't matter if this is 50 levels or 100 levels down. If someone puts a gold package at the bottom and it's in your structure, everyone to the top benefits from those credits. Okay, so that is important why the team needs to work together. And if you can duplicate what your upline shows you and you manage to put 2 or 3 good builders on your left or on your right hand side, guys, it will make life just so much easier for you. Okay, the difference here is, although you are the CEO of your own company sitting on top here, right, it's not to say that the guy sitting on top here makes all the money. All depends on how hard you work the system. So you can have a guy sitting on the bottom here on the left hand side. If that guy is a hard worker and he builds the business, even though everyone on top will benefit from the credits, this person will be making more money because he gets the additional commissions and bonuses and stuff like that. Okay, and that is also why Mining City cannot be associated with a pyramid scheme, because it's not the guys on top making all the money. You can make more money sitting below the structure. Guys, so I hope this is clear. Believe me, cycles are one of the most exciting things that happen in Mining City. If you wake up or if you see you've got a couple of credits and you can cycle 3 or 4 times this evening, believe me, it's a sense of euphoria that comes over you, and you actually sit there in front of your phone or your PC until 11 o'clock to make sure the money comes into your account. And believe me, it comes into your account. You can actually go to bed at 8 o'clock. I can promise you the next morning your money will be safe and sound in your wallet. Okay, so that's the cycles. And just to show you how many times a day you can cycle, guys, and this is why ranks are important. So there we have our ranks. Entry level is a citizen, and then it goes up to a governor. Now guys, look at that. A citizen can only cycle a max of 4 times daily, which is $800 a day, right? Which is not bad. It's very good money, okay? And it all depends on how you build your business and how your team is growing if you will happen to cycle 4 times daily. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you are capped on 4 cycles. So anything that comes into your structure over and above the 4, you will lose that money. That is why it's important for you to rank up, because as you can see, the higher you get in the rankings, the more you can cycle per day. So our governors, our big chiefs in the company, they can cycle up to 14 times daily, and that is close to $2,800 on a daily basis. Guys, and go and work it out for the people in South Africa, how much that is in Rand, and there are people earning that amount of money and more every day of their lives. Okay, but we will talk a little bit about that later. Let's move on. So, your third stream of income, guys, is a binary team matching bonus. What this means is that, remember when I told you that overspill on the binary tree when your upline comes, and they maybe see that, listen, Bruce needs 1 credit this evening to cycle, and they come and they place a person in my block underneath me, and I get that credit, then the system will reward the upline with $10. So if I assist 3 of my team members to cycle this evening, I will get rewarded with $30 as well. So you still get rewarded for helping your team, and you've got a bigger problem now because you've got more money in your pocket. Let's move on. Okay, guys, now repurchases. And I know people sometimes get confused here, and we understand, guys, it is a lot of information. It's a lot of information to take in once. Luckily, we are recording these presentations. We can send you the recording afterwards just to listen to it again. But yeah, so it is a lot of information, and that is why we say, if you have any questions, put it in the chat box, right? Some of the members will answer you. That's on the group. If something hasn't been answered, I will look at it and answer it afterwards, and we will also give you an opportunity to ask some questions, okay? But yeah, repurchases, guys. So what this means is, if you, let's say, purchase a silver package, okay, and you go then and you set your miner on a 20% repurchase, because there's a good rule of thumb in this business. 20% repurchase, it means that 80% of the profits come to your pocket, to your wallet, and 20% gets reinvested. It goes back into the system. Okay, some of that money gets then used by the company for upgrades and maintenance of the facilities, right? But what also happens that is that 20% that goes back. Once it has accumulated and made up 1% of your package value, in the silver package case, it's $24. Once it has made up 1% of your package value, your team A gets rewarded with 10%, which is $2.40. Your team B gets rewarded with 20%, which is $4.80. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, guys, but as long as you keep growing your business, there will come a stage where you can be sitting with 20 or 30 pages of this on a daily basis. So then when you now start adding 1s, 2s, and 3s, it actually becomes one of your biggest incomes in the business. Okay, so I hope that's clear. I hope you understand how that works. Then staying with repurchases, guys, what also happens is that when that 1% once again has accumulated to the percent of your package value, so $24, the system automatically opens up an additional mining share of 3 years for you in your account. So as long as you keep your miner on a repurchase, every 2 months or so, it will open up an additional 3 years worth of mining for you in your account. And that is why we say that you will mine for the rest of your life. Because within a year, you can be sitting with 15, 20, or 30 years worth of mining. Okay. The only time your contract can expire is if you leave your miner or your package on a 0% for the next 3 years. Then after 3 years, your contract expires and you will have to invest again. But as long as you keep it on a certain percentage on repurchases, guys, you will be mining for the rest of your life for a once-off investment. Now, if that's not a good deal, I don't know what is. Okay, so I hope that's understandable. I hope it makes you guys excited, because it still excites me, because I'm sitting with a couple of 100 years worth of mining already. So yes, hopefully, guys, my kids and their kids will be set for the rest of their life. Let's talk about the ranks quickly, guys, and we are almost done. We don't have too much to talk about still. Okay, so as I've mentioned, you start off as a citizen. Doesn't matter what package you purchase, you will become a citizen, guys, and then in order to become a city builder, You need to sponsor 5 citizens. You need to bring 5 new people into the company under your link. And you need to achieve a sales volume of $12,000 US. Now, once again, that $12,000 US, it's not you alone. It's you and your team, your downline. Okay. You need to achieve that, so builder rank can actually be achieved very quickly. In order then to move up to a developer, you need to have 3 city builders in your team and a total sales volume of $60,000 US. So what it basically means, guys, in order for you to rank up, 3 members in your team below you needs to jump to the next rank in order to push you through even higher. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's look at some of the higher ranks in the company: your city manager, your chief manager, and your mayor. Same principle applies, guys. You can see it like that. In order for you to jump to the next rank, you need to have at least 3 of the previous rank in your team in order for you to move up. Okay, as you can see, your city mayors, look at that. 3 city chief managers and a total sales volume of $12 million US. Guys, now you must understand, when you are sitting on these ranks, these are not people that sit back and wait for business and wait for money and wait for success to come to them. They go out there and they fetch it. Okay. These people work extremely hard, anything between 12 and 16 hours a day. They keep coaching and teaching their teams, and they learn them how to duplicate. And if you then are part of this team and you can duplicate and teach your people the same way, then this is how you will achieve these ranks. Okay. They've actually added another rank into the business, which is the governor. So these are the top dogs of the company. Guys, they need to have 3 city mayors in their team, and look at that sales volume, $100 million. Okay. So if you're sitting on a governor rank, you have paid your dues, you have put in the work, and I can promise you, these guys can actually sit back and retire if they really want to. Okay. So, are there any rewards for climbing the ranks, guys? Some good news? Yes, there is definitely some rewards. Okay. And I hope in the company that you're currently in, that you are also getting rewarded with a bonus or something, incentive for the good work that you are doing for your company. Because, guys, when you become a builder, you get rewarded with the equivalent of $100 in Bitcoin. A developer, the equivalent of $250 in Bitcoin that gets paid into your wallet. And then things start getting juicy from the manager upwards. So your managers gets a nice little check or payment of $3,500 US, okay? And they also get a MINEBEST Smile S1 phone. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this phone, it is one of a kind. There will only be a certain amount of them that will be available. And guys, I can promise you, if you see this phone, it's something that you haven't seen before in your life. It's got a dual screen front and back, and it's really an awesome piece of equipment to own. Okay, chief managers, guys, gets $50,000 US, or they can decide to purchase a vehicle for that same amount. So you either take the $50,000 or perhaps a Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Okay, as long as it's the same value. Then your mayors, they get rewarded with $100,000 US, or once again, a vehicle to the same value. Here they've put a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Depends on what you want to drive, what your car of choice is. As long as it's for the same value, guys, you have the option to take it. Guys, and then your governors. A nice big fat check of $350,000 US. Remember, these are all once-off bonuses for ranking up. Or the governor can decide to purchase an apartment anywhere in the world, in any country, in any city for that same value. Okay, so there's a reason people work hard in this business. They want to get rewarded. And if you work hard and if you work the system, guys, you will get rewarded. Okay, right. There are people that has changed their lives dramatically. People that were working in gardens, people sitting without jobs that are now earning 6 figures monthly, right? Guys, once again, I'm talking rands. Apologies to the other people. But to just give you an idea, guys, managers up to governors earn anything between 300,000 to 6 million rand monthly. Okay, so let that sink in. 300,000 to 6 million rand monthly, guys. It's not to say all managers earn that, all governors earn that. All depends on how hard you work the system. But believe me, if you are in that rank, it means your team has grown, your team is big, and you will be earning good money. Right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm betting your head is still spinning after I've given you those numbers. Guys, it's true. I can show you. We can let people open their wallets. It's insane. And we are so excited that we are part of this company and part of this business. And I can tell you, it just warms my heart to see how my team is growing and how people are actually making an income and a living out of Mining City. And they are making money that they self them can't believe. And some of them are making their salaries within a week. Okay? So that's the potential, guys. Not to say everyone is going to do it, because what works for me might not work for you, but I can promise you, if you are willing to put in the work and the effort, you will succeed. You will be earning the big bucks. Okay. So I'm going to show you a little video quickly, guys. We're almost done, about the launch that we had the end of October last year in South Africa when the CEOs came to visit us. It was an awesome event. We had about 300, 400 people there. And we believe when the next event happens that we will have about 3,000 that will attend, if not more. So yes, have a look at this, guys, and then we will start wrapping things up. Okay, guys, yeah, that was an awesome event. It was truly nice meeting the CEOs of the company. And this is also what sets Mining City apart from other companies, is you actually get to mingle with the top guys in the business and talk to them and hear people speak and what the business has done for them and the testimonies and all of that. And those are the kinds of things that make your heart easy and lets you know that you are at the right place with the right people. And guys, this is a family. This is not just a business, it's a family. And I can promise you, you can attend our webinars and listen to what people say. You will be amazed. Okay. Some pictures, guys. We have my leaders, Bertus, Krista with EL on top there. Okay. And I just want to mute the mics here again, guys. Sorry. And then we've got in the middle here, Bertus with Greg. And then, guys, on the right-hand side there, you can see how full the event was. And if you look at the back there, you'll see there's a handsome, bald, overweight guy sitting there or standing there. Well, that's none other than myself. Okay. So, yeah. Guys, then at the bottom here, we've got Bertus and Krista with Mr. Bitcoin. So this young chap who became a multi-millionaire out of Bitcoin at the young age of 21. You can actually go and purchase his book. It's called Mr. Bitcoin. And you can read on how that happened. And then, guys, at the bottom here is John. John is in his early 30s. At the stage, John was earning or mining 2 Bitcoin on a daily basis. So for the guys in South Africa, guys, you're looking at about 200,000 Rand per day back then, okay? So that's about, what, 15,000 US dollars that he was earning on a daily basis. That was before Vault, so I can promise you, with Vault that came in now and performing so well, I don't even want to know what this guy has got in his wallet. But he's also one of the top ranking guys. He works very hard. He travels the world. And yeah, all of us should strive to be like John, because that's what we are working to. Okay. Guys, also the day after the launch, EL met with Mr. Ramaphosa. So for those of you who don't know, him and his son are heavily invested into Mining City because his son, his youngest son, he actually drives the 4th Industrial Revolution in South Africa, okay? And yeah, one thing you can say about the Ramaphosas is they are businessmen and they know opportunities when they see them. And that is the reason why they are talking with our CEOs on a regular basis. They know exactly what's happening. And yeah, if the president knows that this is a good investment, guys, then yeah, just some more motivation to show you that this is real, it's happening, and that people are actually making money out of Mining City. So guys, that's us. That was my presentation for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if I introduced myself at the beginning, but my name is Bruce. I do these presentations regularly now, and I'm given the opportunity by Bertus and Krista. So I want to take this opportunity and thank them once again. I love what I do. I love Mining City. I love assisting people, changing their lives and taking control of their financial future. And guys, I hope I did the same for you this evening, that I got you excited, I got your thinking, and that you would like to become part of this family as well. And what I always like to say, and I leave, every time I do this, I leave you with the same message because there's no other way of saying it. Guys, if you drive the business side of it, right? It all depends on what you want to get out of it. I don't know what your why is, right? But your why can be because you want to make a living. Your why can be because you want to make an extra 5K a month, maybe 50K a month, or why not become one of the earners that makes $1 million a month, okay? But the only person that can make a difference and that can control your future is that person staring back at you every morning in the mirror, no one else. You decide your fate, you decide how things are going to turn out over the next couple of years, okay? Guys, there's nothing wrong with having a job. If you are happy with working for a boss for the next 30 to 40 years, then good for you, as long as you are happy, okay? But people are willing to work for a boss for 30, 40 years, but for some reason they are not willing to work hard for themselves for 3 to 5 years in order to retire and be financially free. So that's your decision. I can promise you, if you work the system and if you duplicate what we show you and teach you within the next 3, 4 to 5 years, guys, you will be able to retire or at least have a couple of million in your bank account. Okay. Guys, thank you once again for listening in. I'm going to go to the chat box quickly, but I'm pretty sure the team has answered a lot of the questions. And then what I will do is I will let you raise your hand. Then I will unmute you and then you can ask a question. So let me just quickly come and see what's in the chat box here. Thank you, Bertus. I appreciate it. Love working with you guys as well. Very informative. Thank you, Tabitha. Please have a recording. Yes, guys, we are recording this presentation, right?